oversaturated, oversaturated, oversaturated.
Podcast.
Oversaturated, oversaturated.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. This is Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode 67. Take
67.
2. Man, Joe's gonna fly, man.
Yep.
Joe's gonna fly. Be ready, Chris.
Yeah, 67. We pretty much freestyle Lil Wayne the first time. I don't know if we can recreate that.
Nope.
But 6 foot, 7 foot. If you guys didn't catch the reference.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
New listeners, welcome to the last episode of the year.
Yes.
Please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about Oversaturated is there.
Yes, if you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Instagram, I am JBS_ESL_AAMU. And on Twitter, I'm JON 2 underscores and the letter B.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
All right, so like we said, we had our award show recorded, but we did have technical difficulties, so
Yes.
that won't be coming out. But we cannot leave y'all
Without
without
a dope to step to.
Man.
It couldn't happen without 2019 coming to an end and you getting something from Oversaturated.
Facts. So we're back in the lab, and we're going to I call it like an abbreviated awards. We're going to go through our categories and just talk shit, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No structure.
Yeah,
You know how
man.
we give it up.
Yeah, and of course, at the end, we're going to give our top 5 albums of 2019.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
But first, man, we gotta get into Off the Dome.
Off the dome. Yeah, off the dome. Yeah. So we figured we just bring it back to the last show of the year.
Yeah. I'll go first.
All right.
Hip hop is very, very trendy. Follow trends. What do you think is one trend that hip hop should do away with right now?
The very first thing that came to my head is skinny jeans. Skinny jeans.
That's still a thing? I don't know. I don't really pay attention.
Skinny pants. I don't know if they're particularly jeans anymore, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if people like skipping leg day, but a lot of people have very thin legs and their jeans, like you can like see their kneecaps. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna go something music related. I think with a lot of producers, I get why they do it, but I think it's kind of annoying at this point. They kind of put drops in the songs.
So
Jesse made another one.
I know what you're talking about.
Back in the middle, it's gone. Yeah.
Usually those were reserved for mixtapes and not like actual full-length albums. Yeah, that is very annoying.
Yeah, it's like Bongo by the way. Like I hear that in or Hitmaker,
True.
eardrummers. Like it's always something. I'm like, God, I know.
London on the track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind
No,
of.
I got you.
It's
DJ Khaled, we the best?
well, that's not. He he doesn't have any talent. Don't give him that much credit.
Hey,
I'm talking about the actual producers, people that curate beats.
DJ Khaled is a producer.
He just gets people on songs that we probably wouldn't want together.
A curator. Okay, he's a curator. I think we had this conversation before. He's a curator.
I just don't
get
like
that.
giving DJ Khaled credit.
I mean, if we really, like, honestly, true. Very true.
He probably does produce. Like he probably does a lot. He's an A&R.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It's
make
Khaled.
fun of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, like, I'm surprised this is still, well, maybe not, but auto-tune, like, I feel like
Yeah, that's still around.
it's too much.
Still a thing.
I guess hip-hop has evolved, but the melodies in it is taken away from the actual talent of being able to spit a verse, like rap an actual verse.
Or it takes away from the people that actually can do both.
Yeah.
People
like,
that can actually rap and sing, or at least carry a tune.
yeah, because they tend to lean on the auto-tune sound more than actual rapping.
I'm rocking with
So,
that.
yeah. Interesting. That was a good one.
Appreciate you.
Actually, I'm torn between two different off the domes.
Go with the first one. Go with your first mind.
Okay. So, this is actually something I just saw on Twitter.
Okay.
So, I want you to pick a movie,
Mm-hmm.
just any movie, just doesn't even matter. Pick a movie. In this said movie,
Mm-hmm.
you keep one actor in the movie in their role, same lines, but the rest of the cast is Muppets.
What?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just go with the last name that I saw randomly on Netflix, which was Deep Blue Sea, and I would keep Samuel L. Jackson because I felt that he was did a disservice by dying.
A Muppet shark. It's hilarious.
He should have died anyway. So yeah, I'm cool with going with Deep Blue Sea. Samuel L. Jackson cussing around Muppets.
That's funny.
Yes.
Mine is actually the first thing that came to my head when I saw this was The Matrix. I would keep Neo as the one, but like imagine a Muppet Morpheus
Teaching Neo the game.
teaching him karate. Yeah, like that's funny. That's funny as hell.
That's hella random. Like I would have thought like somebody
Super
with like a Lego version of your favorite movie. Now that would be hilarious.
Well, let's talk about it
Oh,
because that's interesting.
no, I'm just saying like the Lego Batman joint.
Oh
that-
yeah, I
that's-
know you put me on that. That shit is not for kids.
It's not.
It's not for kids.
None of that is for kids.
Lego Batman would be fire.
But no,
Lego
just
Batman
like
was
a Lego adult, like the Lego Godfather. I don't know. You know how much gore you can make it? Like you make it more gory, more violent,
I'm trying to think. What's like one of the goriest movies?
like a zombie joint. Like I don't know, like one of the Rob Zombie
Like
joints.
Resident Evil or
Day
something.
of the Dead or some shit.
Interesting. The Lego version.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, so that was off the dome.
Tangent.
Right.
But yeah, tangent people. If you can do away with one hip hop trend, what would you get away of?
Yeah, man. If you could keep one actor in pick a movie, you keep one actor and all the other actors are Muppets. What movie would it be? Muppets, yeah. I saw it was funny. All right, so that was off the dome, man. So now we're going to get into our
Basically our categories.
our award show recap, if you will, even though y'all didn't hear the original.
Recap.
So we have 7 categories, and our first category is best TV show. So instead of actually going through our nominees and picking the winner like we did, we're just going to talk about the shows we watched during 2019, what we thought was the best show, and what shows we enjoyed for the year.
Yeah.
You want to take it?
Yeah, well, obviously you would think Power is a no-brainer for us, just collectively, because we both watch. We both watch it because we have a vested interest,
Right.
because we've been watching it since its inception, as people like to say. But we had our our back and forth on it. Like it's just not really good at this point. It's entertaining, but
Yeah.
you can poke holes in it.
Yeah, we're just invested because it's the last season. Like,
Yeah.
I have to see how this shit ends. I have to, and it'll be back soon. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly watched a lot of animated shows this year.
Okay.
Mainly on the the DC Universe app.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Harley Quinn just had a show that came out. That show is kind of wild. Like,
Really?
they
Does it have? Do you know if it has anything to do with the movie coming up?
no. This is completely separate.
Oh,
Completely
okay.
separate entity. It's interesting because the very first like scene of the movie, she's like cussing the Joker out like on a boat. Like I'm talking F-bombs flying everywhere.
So it's one of those DC joints.
Yeah,
It's not Harley Quinn from the animated series.
It's an animated show.
I mean, no, it ain't
But
that Harley.
no. This is not for kids. This is not for children.
I like when DC does that.
Yeah,
I like
it's
when
great.
I like when people
It's
do that.
great. And oh my God, Young Justice season 3. I've been waiting on this for like 5 years, and it came out this year, and it was so good.
Wait,
It was
you've
so
been waiting
good.
5 years for one season?
For season 3, yeah. So
Why it
like
took so long?
the first 2 seasons were on Cartoon Network, and for whatever reason, it got canceled.
Oh, okay, it was a canceled series. Okay, that's why I was just
Yeah.
like, why? It take
Yeah,
5? I wasn't the brightest.
I know,
I was
it's-
just like,
it's-
my math wasn't
It's
really
all
adding
good.
up.
Bro.
Okay,
It's
all
all
right.
good, bro. But they canceled that, and when they announced the DC Universe streaming app, that was one of the first shows that they
picked it.
mentioned
Okay.
would be on there. I was like, oh, this is great. Like, I
Right.
gotta get this shit. And the season 3 finished up this year, so that was great. And then The Watchmen just finished season 1 of The Watchmen on HBO. Shout out to the homie Jacob. Oh my God, it was a phenomenal show.
Yeah.
That show was so good. Did you finish? Did you get
No,
to finish it
I
yet?
haven't gotten around to finishing yet, but I will.
Okay.
But I think like we talked about last episode that did come out. But I was just joking. But no, it didn't have necessarily the. It started off slow, like as most shows do, and then I found myself watching other stuff because while Watchmen was kind of trying to gain my attention per se, I started watching Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
and Wu-Tang, and I think Wu-Tang was a great show, like Wu-Tang: The American Saga. Like I thought that was dope. How it chronicles how the origins of the Wu-Tang, but it doesn't necessarily focus all on just the members of it. It focuses on their families and the side things that they had going on that led up to the music. So I thought that was a good, good show.
That's what's up. Now you I started watching Snowfall. I still haven't got past the first season. But I do recall you and a lot of other people saying how season 3 was dope. Like
season 3 was fire. Like it was fire. Like, and I mean, if you can, I'll just put it out there and say that's my pick for being the best TV show this year. But I think that this season, it tugged at your like heartstrings. I wouldn't say like made you cry, but just like it took you on an emotional roller coaster. Like you really wanted to see what happened from week to week. And I think that's tough to do in network TV when in the era of streaming, right?
Facts.
When you have to go back to the TV at Wednesday at 8:00 to watch. I think that has a lot to a lot with me. And I think the story writing was good. John Singleton, they paid a good homage to him in the last episode. The last episode is it doesn't follow a linear type of thing, and I think that's what most people were disconnected with the season finale.
Gotcha.
But I think it was still good.
That's what's up. Now, in other terms of TV, not particularly TV shows, but stand-up comedy. Stand-up comedy was really dope in 2019. And the one that's just like at the top of my mind right now is Deion Cole.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people didn't talk about Deion Cole.
Man, Deion Cole shit was. I think he had the best stand up of 2019.
You know what the name of it was?
No.
I just know it's a Netflix original.
Yeah.
But I know Dave Chappelle had his comeback, and everybody picked his apart because of his social commentary, which Deion Cole touched on too. But he's not Dave Chappelle, and that's no slight to Deion Cole.
Right. Yeah.
But I think Dave Chappelle comes under a microscope.
Yeah, as
he should.
As a stand-up comedian, because Dave Chappelle has been a stand-up comedian for a very long time.
Yeah.
Deion Cole has been a writer on various shows.
He's been a stand-up comedian for a long time too. I think. Yeah, it's just Dave Chappelle.
He hasn't had many specials though.
No. He's it's levels.
True.
And some people's rise to fame is meteoric.
Yeah. Look at you.
I've been practicing.
That shit. That's what I'm talking about. You've been practicing.
But some people's ascension is a little bit faster or in the public eye more. Deion Cole probably was still doing Comedy View and Def Comedy Jam too, but it just is what it is.
Yeah. And the Deion Cole stand up on Netflix is called Cold Hearted. Okay. So COLE Hearted. But so that's my top stand up of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
And but of course, Dave Chappelle did put out his most recent one, which I don't know what that's called.
I don't know none of Dave Chappelle stand-ups. There's like 80 of them on Netflix.
Right, I think so. 2 came out late last year, if I'm not mistaken, and then 2 more came out like earlier this year.
It's something crazy. I think he has 5. No, is it 4? Is it 5 or 4?
It's 5 with the
Netflix deal.
Yeah. Okay. So the Sticks and Stones is the most recent one that came out, which was good, which was really good. I think. Of course, it touched a lot of nerves for people. Yeah. But
I think now since we're talking about stand-ups, and this is my man, so it's gonna kind of hurt me, but I think the most disappointing one was Lil Rel.
Oh, 100%, because I was getting to that next.
I think Lil Rel, like the whole concept was good. The whole wherever he was great. I think it took away from him telling the story. I think he took one story and made a special out of it rather than being a series of jokes.
Yeah, long-winded.
And that's my only knock against it. Now, what's the story? Funny? Yeah. But I don't think I found myself laughing as much as I have at his previous specials.
Yeah, and I mean, I turned that special off. I'm not gonna lie about it. He was just too long-winded. It's like you have to have, like you said, you have to have a series of jokes, or if you want to take one long story. Throughout different points in the story, make jokes about the different points, and it was just too long-winded. I couldn't stick with it. I couldn't stick with it. So listeners, let us know about what you guys thought the best TV shows were for 2019. Our next category was most disappointing album of 2019. Yeah, and I think we kind of had a consensus on this one that it was 2 Chainz. Yeah, rapper Go to the League. I think this album dropped in February, if I'm not mistaken. And before it came out, 2 Chainz was talking about how this was going to be the album of the year. This was the follow up to his 2017 album, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music, which I personally liked. And before that, I had never really listened to a 2 Chainz album. And I was surprised myself that I like it. It was in my top 5 of 2017. So I was anticipating this album, especially with him saying it was going to be the album of the year. Such a bold statement for an album coming out in the first quarter of the year, and it came out and it was terrible.
Very true. And I think like my strong number 2. Like now that I kind of sat and thought about it, and this episode has come out, like I would definitely say Chance the Rapper the Big Day is probably the most disappointing album for him. Oh, disappointing. Oh my God. Like I don't know what to expect from a Chance album. So don't get me wrong. The first project I ever listened to of Chance's fully was The Coloring Book, and everybody widely regards that album or project, or however you want to phrase it. This is technically his studio debut album or whatnot. And you know, you come off the Grammy success, the 2-year run that you had, and you drop an album that came and went, and nobody really cares about it outside of the songs that probably have features on it.
Right.
You have a tour set up. You canceled the tour. Why is the tour canceled if you have, you know, he has star power. He has a great team behind him for him to be quote unquote independent.
Yeah.
But that's interesting enough that you canceled the Big Day tour because you have no songs that nobody wants to hear you perform off that shit. So I think that is very disappointing.
I agree.
That is horrible.
I agree.
Especially for Chance. Chance is, you know, raps. I don't know what to call him, but he's
not a. I definitely wouldn't call him a gospel rapper.
No, I wouldn't call him that, but he's I mean, Chance has a level of star power that you can't duplicate, and I don't know where it comes from. But Chance, he is the host of Rhythm and Flow. So
why?
They got him. It don't matter. It don't matter how you feel about him. They got him though.
But I mean, all right. I guess. I got nothing. I still haven't listened to it. Well, I don't plan to listen to it.
You don't and trust me, I'm not telling you to go listen to it.
Now, okay, since we're talking about albums now,
yeah.
I saw that Kanye put out another gospel album.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically, now this is what I think our criticisms of the album were. It's basically the Sunday Service album, the Sunday Service Choir. No Kanye.
Oh, is it fire?
I mean, it's a choir.
Oh yeah, I have like clearly I haven't listened to it.
You like the choir?
Yeah,
you'll like the album.
Okay.
But my personal knock is that most of these songs aren't original.
Wait, what do you mean?
They're either songs that other people have wrote, like other gospel songs, or or like other they're not original, or like I don't want to hear. Like, I know we kind of praise Souls Anchored, but I don't want to hear a whole bunch of gospel remixes of secular songs. I don't want to hear that. I can understand why somebody would make those songs. Like, it's like Weak, like the gospel version of Weak, SWV. Like
that's what this album is?
No. It's few of those in there.
Okay.
But overall, none of these songs are really original.
It's like Melodies from Heaven or something?
No. Not Melodies from Heaven.
Well, I mean, like, they're doing covers of other gospel songs.
Oh yeah, like it's like More Than Anything by Lamar Campbell. Like like other people's songs that are prominent in the gospel community. I don't want to hear Kanye stamped gospel album like that.
Gotcha.
Like Lucius said when he was here, right? Kanye is too talented for that.
But is it now? Again, I don't normally listen to gospel music, but isn't that what the gospel music community does? Like
contemporary gospel, not traditional. Like, I mean, you can write a gospel song and not flip a secular song. That's possible.
No, but I mean like a popular gospel song.
Oh, like you're talking about like some people
like a hymn.
Like a hymn. Like hymns are different.
Multiple gospel artists cover one hymn. Like Fred Hammond may do, and I'm just using Melodies from Heaven just because that's the one that come to my mind. Fred Hammond would do Melodies from Heaven. Yolanda Adams would do Melodies from Heaven. They're in their own way.
Well, Melodies from Heaven is not a hymn.
You know what I'm saying, man. It's an example.
Oh, okay. An example. Yeah, you can do that. But why would Kanye do that?
Cause that's his entryway.
He's a genius.
That's his. I never gave him that. But
no, he is a musical genius. Don't say I didn't give him
clearly
that.
he isn't. If he can't make a gospel song, original.
Well, it's the Sunday service choir, like that. Even though
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's not. But this is what we was thinking that the album would have been, kind of like more so the choir, maybe with some Kanye sprinkled in here and there. But no, this is the Sunday service choir doing their thing. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the music is great. Like
that's what it boils down to.
Exactly. This is my opinion about the album, which I think could have made it better, in my opinion. That doesn't mean the music isn't good.
Yeah, we got you. All right.
But if you're looking for some riveting, gospel choir music, hey, cut it on, man. I don't know, riveting.
That's funny. All right. So our next category was best comic book movie.
Yeah.
And I assume you guys know that we probably picked the Joker.
Yeah.
Which we did.
Yeah.
But we did struggle with including the Joker in this category.
Yeah.
So the comic book movies that came out in 2019 were Shazam, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Captain Marvel.
Okay, let's say this.
What's up?
Forget, we already know what the best one is. What's the most disappointing? We never really bash them.
Endgame. Avengers Endgame. Now, as I previously stated, that nobody heard.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Avengers Endgame, it was coming off, of course, seeing Infinity War, which actually came out in 2018, which is crazy. That was just only a year and a half ago. I'm eager. I'm excited to see what takes place in Endgame. Yeah. How does this saga end? Like, I'm so excited. So I'm hanging on to every minute of this 3 hour and 2 minute movie. The first time I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, this is great. Now, the disappointing thing about it is I expected to have that same enthusiasm the third time I watched this movie. I did not have that.
Yeah. Actually
sitting down and breaking down this movie, it's only really good when the final battle scene starts. And even then there's bits and pieces of that was forced, that was trash. So it's like, damn, like this 3 hour movie really isn't that good.
Yeah. It's just a 3 hour movie of all the characters that we started to love over the past 10
years.
years.
And it's like, I understand like going back to different time periods in the MCU. Like I get that, but the way it was done was just like, it was bad. Like it really wasn't that good. I don't want to see Captain America fighting himself talking about that's America's ass. I don't want to see that. It's terrible.
Yeah. I think the one that we didn't even mention was the Dark Phoenix. Did that come out this year?
Oh shit, it did. I didn't even see it. I haven't even seen it.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of been off
the
the X-Men train for a while anyway. So I felt that this wasn't necessarily worth my time to go see. And then the reviews didn't make it any better. But I will say Captain Marvel wasn't. I wouldn't say it was disappointing because I didn't have a level of excitement for it when it was first announced. Even when I saw the trailer, I was just like,
yep, like, all right,
cool. And then when I finally watched it, I'm like, I could have saved 2 hours.
Might have been.
Because I saw Endgame and everything else before I saw this movie. So I was like, I didn't really
see. I didn't need
to see it. So it was, it was just okay.
And Captain Marvel was only in the beginning and the end of the movie.
Yep.
So, yeah. They could have saved. They could have not done the Captain Marvel movie that came out this year because it was set in the 90s, which I get. They had the backstory of how Fury lost his eye and all that kind of stuff. But they really could have not done that. Did Avengers Endgame, and then had her first movie be in current day somewhere out in space somewhere. Like that's probably what should have happened, but they wanted to,
Okay, last thing, kind of going back to Joker. Do you think a sequel is needed?
No.
Okay.
This is a great masterpiece of a movie that is set in its own time period. This one movie is a great piece of cinema that needs to just be upheld as that. I don't need to see any continuation of it. I like the way it ended. It was perfect the way it was. I feel like a sequel will tarnish what this movie Joker was. The continuation is gonna hurt it. It's going to hurt it.
Yeah. Well,
but of course, people want money. So.
Money talks. $1 billion for an R-rated joint.
Yeah. Damn, the first Deadpool didn't even make $1 billion, did it? Did it? I don't think it did.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so
A Billy?
Joker was great though.
You saying a Billy? Like that'll make you change your mind too.
I mean, yeah, but as a consumer, it's
but
like,
I get it. It's just like
do it.
I think the movie was widely regarded and hated enough to where it's just been put in conversation. So leave it alone.
Yeah, you not agreed.
Don't bring this conversation back up in 2 years. Like
So sad, man. So sad. So our next category is Black Girl Magic, where we are oversaturated. We love our black women, and we want to shine light on
Their
black women who have accomplished great things throughout the year.
Facts.
So our pick, I guess.
Yeah, that was
our pick for 2019. The 2019 Black Girl Magic Award was Simone Biles. So during 2019, she became the most decorated gymnast in gymnastic history, basically, which is great. And she's under 23. Like, I don't know her exact age, but she's very young.
Yeah.
She's very young. So for her to do that at such a young age is freaking amazing. And then she also was the, I guess, the face or the spokesperson, if you will,
voice, whatever,
of the
sexual assault.
Yeah, the movement of the sexual assault of the Olympic gymnastic doctor against the gymnastics team, basically.
Yeah, and it was just, it just wasn't the, the star-studded team, but it was definitely like other women that have been affected by Dr. Nasser. I believe his name is Dr. Larry Nasser. I might be, messing up his last name, but anyway, fuck him.
Yeah,
but, it's interesting enough. Like I'm happy for her and all her accomplishments this year. But I will say this was Lizzo's year to lose. Lizzo has been at the topic of conversation, whether it been good or bad, from the beginning year to end.
It's interesting because the beginning of the year, Lizzo was in the media for all the right things, like putting out great music. She plays the flute, like twerking with the flute, like all that shit is great performances. She was dope. But the latter half of the year is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that, and I mean, let's not even get to the shenanigans, but even like the her being sued for 2/3, like she put the songwriting credits.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, this. Now I don't.
I think
I could be.
I think she settled. Like, I didn't research this time. I don't get too.
I'm about to say I could be fucking this up, but she, like, a part of the song she stole from a meme or a tweet or something. She took from a.
Now that I don't remember.
Like that's an interesting conversation. Like, what if you see a meme that somebody created and you take the words on the meme and like put it in a song? Like,
well, I mean, I think the greatest example of making a song from social media conversation is like Living My Best Life. Because that used to be captions under, most pictures and hashtags and stuff like that. And Lil Duval made a song from it.
This is true. I don't know.
It's interesting. But no, Lizzo had a phenomenal year if you're talking about On Paper, and then, the 8 Grammy nods and all that. And I guarantee she won't go over 8 like they did Hove, but, I'm off of that.
Oh, so wait. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Jay-Z has never won a Grammy? Oh,
No, he's probably, he has 20-ish.
Oh, so I'm way off then. All right, never mind.
No,
why do I feel like he...
Because you're a hater. That's
maybe.
But no.
You might be right.
But no. But no, Hove and Kanye both have 20 apiece. I think he might have more than this.
No.
So here you go.
So yeah.
He might have more than his wife, but I'm off that too. But I think the knock against like a lot of those big artists like Kanye, Jay, even Beyonce, they don't have Grammy Album of the Year.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking about. Okay, cool.
But Lizzo's nominated for it, and watch, she might win.
Listeners, has anybody listened to Lizzo's album? If you have, because I haven't, Ralph has.
I'm definitely not trying to.
I just want to know, like, just all honest to truth. I just want to know if it's good. Like, just tell me if it's good. I just want to know.
The music. Shout out to Nico from Medium Lit, but he said that she makes Macy makeup counter music. I said, yo.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty accurate. Like what you talking about ain't funny. That's the truth.
Now, is that because he listened to the album or just from the singles?
Just probably from the singles.
Yeah, I know. I'm trolling. That's funny. But shout out to Simone Biles, man. She had a great 2019. So shout out to her. Our next category, which was probably our most fun to talk about and debate this year, was Song of the Year. Man, it's so many just individual songs in 2019 that were great. First one, one of my personal favorites from 2019 was Old Town Road remix.
Trash.
Listen,
I'll let you talk about it.
Listen, call it what you will, bro. that shit slapped. I'm sorry. The beat was fire. The song is only like 2.5 minutes, so when you hear it, it's like, oh, it's already over. Let me hit replay. Like,
yeah, that's why I went diamond, because people like this.
You fact, no facts. You right. You are correct. Listen, when the remix came out, because of course the original version came out, which was only like 1 minute and 40 something seconds.
Yeah.
So with Billy Ray Cyrus, they added an extra 30, 40 seconds. His verse was fire. I'll
say this. I'm here for all of the hoopla that it caused, because the traditional country artists or traditional country community did not want to accept this for whatever reason. You can draw your own, conclusions from that. Yeah. But, oh, it's not country, oh, it's this, that, and the third. Okay, but Billy Ray Cyrus gets on it, now it's country.
Now it's country.
Well, okay. And then now it's the number one, song for 14 weeks, something silly like
something
that.
Something crazy.
So salute to the kid for
man.
that. But I'm glad he's on his 14th minute at 59th second, because I'm getting tired of Lil Nas. Like, I'm really,
don't hate on my guy, man.
I'm happy he has a great social media personality and all that, but the music ain't really hitting for me, fam.
Nah,
even you said it's not really a
real
second
shit.
song.
No, real shit. No, there's a second, but the second, I don't even know why they didn't push the song he had with Cardi B from his EP.
Even Cardi B can't save everything, because
I agree,
because it's a lot of Cardi B featured songs that they just put on the radio, and I think it's just because of the machine mind.
Well,
Cardi,
yeah,
but that ain't good.
it was common sense, and this song, well, I don't know if you would agree, but this song was actually good too, and it might technically be better than Old Town Road, but that might be me.
Well, if you ask me, I like Panini. But,
really? I think that song is trash.
Because it got the baby on it.
That's the remix. It's the remix.
But, yeah. I'm just glad Lil Nas X will always get play at these 7-year-old birthday parties, but he'll never get play in the whip.
Goddammit.
No.
In my whip. I'm not going to pick you up. We're going to ride around. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. But that was one of my personal favorites from 2019.
But, yeah, and I think honestly, any song with the baby could have been song of the year. Most songs.
Yeah.
Most.
That's what I was thinking. But majority.
If I didn't say Panini, you probably would agree with that statement.
I doubt it, because the original was so bad. So I understand the baby is hot, like real hot this year, especially with his features. But I don't even think he could have saved that. So yeah.
But Megan had a stellar year if you're talking about songs too.
Yes, she did.
I think the thing is, none of the songs hit like Cashier or Big Ol' Freak. Anything she put out after that, even the features.
Has Megan been on? Has she been a feature on other songs?
She has a song with Yo Gotti, Pose. She has a song with
you know what? She was on the Wale joint. She was on the
Wale.
Wale.
She had Wale.
Yeah.
that Wale joint older than her song. So it's like
you said that.
Pole Dancer. So even Megan features don't really hit like that. They good though. Don't get me wrong.
Should we have included Wale in most disappointing album?
We can talk. Yeah, I don't know. People love that album. I don't get it.
Neither do I. I definitely don't get it.
And I'm I'm the Wale guy. Like I stand for Wale, but this ain't it, fam.
It's not. I can't really put my finger on why it's not that good. It's just, it doesn't really hold my attention.
It doesn't.
And if we really keeping it honest here, the intro song "Sue Me" it's not as good as everybody makes it out to be.
You think it's the choir?
Maybe, or it could be he's saying "Sue me, I'm rooting for everybody black." Fine, but it doesn't make the song a good song because he's saying that. I'm just leaving it out there.
No, this is the thing. I really have no rebuttal for that because I don't remember what he said outside of it. So I'll let you have it.
Exactly.
I'll let you have it.
Exactly.
Usually I argue when I have a point.
True,
I don't have a point.
But, I got you. You're going to think about this shit tonight.
Yeah, I'm like
right. Light bulb looking ass. What? Okay, so tell me some of your favorite songs from 2019. Deep cuts, singles don't even matter.
well,
Don't even matter.
Okay, well, if that's the case. I liked a lot of the songs off Rick Ross's album, but I didn't like the album as an album, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Because I found myself streaming that more or listening to that more than some of my, I guess, like, top album picks. And that's what was a struggle for me when it came to our top 5, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
But I really like Rick Ross and Dej Loaf, White Lines. I think I mentioned it probably a few episodes back, but I really enjoyed that song. I enjoyed certain songs off Return of the Dreamers. Certain songs, maybe as an album, it's just nah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I mean, I like the songs, some songs off of there, like Under the Sun, which was our pick. For a song of the year.
Yeah, that song was hard. That song was so hard. The beat was fire. The verses were fire. That's probably one of the best, like, just complete rap hip hop songs of 2019. Like, just one of the best. So yeah, that's why we chose it. But for me personally, Bop by the Baby is like, man, that's probably my song of the year. Like, the song itself was fire. Like, and again, it's one of these songs that's really short. Like, I think it's under 2.5 minutes. So when it's over, it's like, damn, I need to hear that again.
Yeah.
So you end up playing it. I end up playing it multiple times, and then he comes out with this dope ass video to the song, and it's like, damn, it's even gaining more traction now. Yeah, the baby hit with that shit. Like, he hit with that shit. Now his album as a whole, not so much. Just it sounds like one long ass track. But individually, some of these songs like really be hitting.
I can agree.
I know you got a City Girl song on your list.
Act Up.
Was that Twerk song this year or was that last year?
No, that was this year. That was a summer song, I want to say.
Was it? Man.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel like that was 2018. But anyway.
No, the City Girls, City Boys, Hot Girl, Hot Boy, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This year, so.
Yeah, I had a Hot Boy song. I was out here. Legit. I was out here kicking it.
Legit.
All right, so our next category was best viral moment.
Hey.
It's been some interesting things that happened this year.
Facts.
But the thing the one viral moment that has carried on the longest, and I feel like will still carry on well into 2020, was Soulja Boy at the Breakfast Club, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was a classic organic moment that happened, and people are still, even today, using those memes and GIFs.
Yeah.
Drake?
Yeah.
Drake? The one from hiding his kids from the world hide from his kids?
Yeah.
Like,
pretty much.
Yeah, man.
All of that. And I love it. Big Draco. Like,
Yeah,
Big
hey.
Draco. Like, he came out with a crazy, like, 2-3 months of just, like, being everywhere. I think he wasn't on Everyday Struggle, but he was on Complex, or was he on Everyday Struggle, too?
He might have been on Everyday Struggle.
Okay.
He might have been on there.
But I just remember the conversations that he was having, like academics was hating because he's an Aubrey Angel. He's the Aubrey Angel. But that's another.
That's a whole nother story. For real.
But I mean, Soulja Boy does have his level of being around and being relevant in hip hop. I mean, whatever you want to say, or even just business wise. But I don't think like anybody's really checking for his music. But
of course. Wait, has he put out new music recently?
He fumbled if he didn't put out any music around the Big Draco thing. He
Yo,
should have.
Was that this year where he was talking about like a game system that he had?
Yeah,
oh
that was
my
part of
God.
that was part of the
was part of the interview?
That was part of the interview. People missed that because it was stuck on the 2 minutes that Drake may have been about the conversation or when he was just going off.
Yo, I recall actually looking that shit up. I forgot what it's called, but it looked. There was a handheld version and like a home console version, and it had like 800 games pre-installed from like Nintendo or something. So I don't even know how he was even able to put something like that out. I'm sure Nintendo came after him because how did you get that license? Like if that shit ain't licensed,
You probably went and got it overseas.
like that's insane. That was insane.
Well, he was just looking for good ways to invest his money. I don't blame him.
I mean, true, but it's like if you're gonna do it, make sure it's legit. Like, don't just put out some shit. Like, can't do that.
Anyway,
But yeah.
nonetheless.
All right, our last category for 2019 was the MVP.
Yes,
the
sir.
MVP of 2019. Now, I want to actually like go through these
That's fine.
go through these nominees because this was this was like our second most debated category.
Yeah.
So our nominees were DaBaby, Lil Nas X, Megan Thee Stallion, Missy Elliott, J. Cole, and Jay-Z. And it boiled down to DaBaby and Megan. And after like a lot of deliberation, we determined that DaBaby had a slightly bigger year than Megan Thee Stallion. Slightly. Megan was out here. Like she had the phrase of the summer. She really did have the summer on lock. Like she had people competing with each other, trying to keep like score between men and women. Like it was cool. It was cool to see.
Yeah.
Shit, we even had the fucking Ralphie the Body Challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of birth. Unfortunately.
Right.
Shout out to people that participated in that. That was dope. But yeah, so Meg, she had a good year. She was out here on she was a double XL freshman. She did late night gigs, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Tiny Desk concert, which was really dope actually. Listen, Megan Thee Stallion can really rap.
And she had a project for whatever it's worth, Fever. So
yeah, not from her, not an album.
A project.
Mixtape.
That's why I said project.
Yeah.
Project.
So shout out to Megan.
Yeah, I think even just like I was kind of alluding to earlier, I think with Megan's features they don't stick as much as the babies do, and I'm not sure why. And then Hot Girl Summer, the song wasn't necessarily all that great.
No, it wasn't. And for her to coin the phrase "Hot Girl Summer," having everybody using it,
bigger than what it was.
Song should have been fire.
I mean, just with the name power alone, it should have been fire.
Exactly.
But, I mean, not necessarily the best Ty Dolla $ign we've heard, and then Nicki's been, hit or miss kind of so with her music.
More miss, but yeah.
You said it, I didn't. But, okay. But I mean, Missy, like I think people, kind of want to understand why we put her in there. But she came back and put her stamp on the year per se. But she won Legacy Awards, and I think that's more so why she's even here. Why we thought about it when we actually thought about and deliberated. She had the MTV Vanguard Award for videos that she made in the early 2000s or late 90s or whatnot. And then the Songwriter Hall of Fame inductee, first female rapper to ever do that. So salute to
which is dope.
Yeah, salute to her for that. And she dropped new music that doesn't sound dated. Like it sounds like it's genuinely her and it's
it's fresh.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. But these awards that she received this year were based upon previous work, which is still great, but we didn't think that held up to 20, for her to win MVP for 2019.
Yeah.
So
and then mostly with J. Cole and Jay-Z, they both did have a big year musically. You can say that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Not any solo. I mean, definitely not Jay-Z, but J. Cole had his features and things like that. And Middle Child toward the top of the year, but his work with Dreamville, making sure they're returning to dreams. Whatever you think about the album, people talked about the album, number one album, Grammy nominated album, platinum album. Like,
I mean, like you can't take away the accolades from the Return of the Dreamers 3, and the fact that because there were so many features, everybody featured on that album is nominated for a Grammy now.
And have a platinum plaque.
Like that's dope. Regardless of how the music sounds, because to me, at least half of it is not that good. The fact that a lot of these artists who probably would have never been nominated would have never gotten a platinum plaque. They have those accolades now. Their price is going up because of that. Like that's dope.
Yep.
Like shout out to J. Cole for that.
Yeah, he's been in this CEO bag this year.
Yeah, that's a fact. So that's a fact.
And
I feel like that's going to continue in 2020. We might not even get no more music from him until 2021. He said the fall off coming out, but I don't know if I believe it. Because he would have to tour and all that shit.
Jermaine Lamar, we need music. Don't do that, fam.
Nah, you stuck on KOD.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So yeah, man, the MVP for 2019, OS stamped approved was the baby.
Yeah, it's so hard to come out and possibly be the MVP and the Rookie of the Year all in the same year.
That's true.
Like you said, he's an XSL freshman. Had a number one album.
Yep.
For whatever you think about the album.
Hey, right? Yeah, it debuted at number one. Can't take that away from him.
Like you said, like you alluded to, the dope videos, the dope visuals.
Yeah.
Definitely authentic. I think that I wouldn't say. I mean, you say he's a street guy, but whatever. It's fun to see that, he's able to be himself and be in the limelight.
Right.
He doesn't have to change anything. He's had viral moments, for whether be good or bad.
Yep. The fact that he's been able to have those types of viral moments, like some of the negative ones, and still be on these major platforms, that's dope. Like,
you went to SNL for whatever it's worth.
Hey.
You make it to SNL, you did something right.
Fam, you get, for whatever it's worth, you get the Jabberwockies to be in your video and perform with you on SNL.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Yeah, but I mean, he definitely has. some people just have it. Like I kind of alluded to with Chance. Whatever you think about Chance, he got it.
He got it.
The baby has it. You got, the women love him, the guys respect him.
Yeah.
You can't really defeat that formula.
This is true. Now, what I hope, this is for the baby and for Megan. Like I appreciate the trajectory that they are headed on right now. I hope that, for one, I hope they don't both get burned out with music, with putting out music. And I hope I really hope they just pace themselves. Like, it's okay if you want to keep putting out music, do features, that's great. But, like, pace yourself, because going as fast as they are, I feel like they will probably get burnt out in the next 2 or 3 years. Well, and I really don't want that I want them to both have longevity.
Well, I think the baby is probably the one that probably would be the most burnt out. I think Megan has found a way to pace herself.
You think so? Because she put out an album, she put out a project in 2018, like in December, and then she just put out the Fever joint, like in the summer.
Well, who knows how long she was sitting on Fever?
I mean, true.
Because honestly, how many songs hit from Fever?
Shit, one.
Exactly. And then that's a lot of pressure to put these big artists on when they the rise is bigger than what they expected to be right away. I don't know if we ever saw Megan coming at the end of 2018 like this.
Nah.
People can lie and say that, okay, if that's your thing, cool. But I didn't see it coming.
Nah.
I knew who she was, but I didn't see this.
Yeah.
It's different.
That's true. I think that kind of happened to Bryson Tiller, because we haven't heard from him. He had that dope album, and we ain't really heard from him since. He was like working somewhere before that album like really hit.
A lot of these new people, they get plucked out of places.
Yeah,
and
true.
They don't necessarily get the
development,
the right tutelage or development, and they kind of crack under pressure. Some people made for it, some people not.
Yeah,
and that's no knock or slight against them personally, but it's just like I think you kind of know what it is, but then again, I can't tell you how to live your life when it comes to bettering your situation.
Yeah,
if you can profit off your talent, go ahead.
Go for it. Yeah.
But you just didn't know that it came with this.
True. Very true. That's what's up. So those were the 2019 Oversaturated Award categories. Let us know what you guys think about them. What is your best TV show, most disappointing album, best comic book movie? Who would you consider to have the Black Girl Magic Award for 2019? The Song of the Year, best viral moment, and the MVP of 2019. Let us know. Yeah. We want to have this conversation because this was fun.
Yeah, of course. Now we got to get into our top 5 hip hop albums of 2019.
Yes.
Y'all know how we give it up. We'll go from 5 to 1. Me and Johnny will bounce off each other, going from 5 all the way up.
I hope I can keep my same points that I had last time. I don't know, all right. Let's just get to number 5.
Did your top 5 change since then? Because that's a good thing. That's a good.
It could, because
add.
Because
depending on when you ask me, some of these could be
facts. I'm gonna keep it in the same order, but just know this could have changed based off recent events.
Yeah, but let's say this: the overall. Let's talk about the overall year in hip hop before we get into the album. Now, 2019, a year in hip hop, which I think was still above average.
I agree.
I think it was above average. I don't think it was top heavy. A lot of our A-list hip hop stars didn't provide albums, and then those that maybe you can consider a B star like a Chance or something like that, those albums kind of came and went.
Yep.
Big Crit's album was solid to me. I don't think it was disappointing, but I don't think it was just the best. The best. I think I rock with it. If we made the top 10, I'll probably put it somewhere in there, but it's top 5.
I got you.
I think that this is a year where you had to dig in the crates and kind of find the music.
And I think that's where a lot of people get messed up on the hip hop for this year. I've seen a lot of people say this year was trash for hip hop.
Yeah.
That's not true.
That's not true.
It's just not. They're not used to the bigger artists not dropping. Because in 2017 and 2018, all the big artists dropped. Yeah. So they all needed their time.
Yeah, and the thing is too, you had a lot of, you said, a lot of new artists, and then the rise of the female MC was big too this year.
Yeah.
And I think people were cool with it. I don't know. It seemed like you had more flavors to pick from when it comes to women MCs this year.
True, very true. Very true.
You had Megan and Rhapsody. Then you also had No Name. You had Tierra Whack. You have
Oh yeah.
Rico Nasty. You got like it's a lot of them out there, and I'm probably missing somebody because I just freestyled that. But there are a lot of women MCs out there that do their damn thing.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not necessarily sure if people really take the time to check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I'm one that does, because I haven't necessarily checked out the discographies of most of those artists. I've checked out a few songs here and there. From what I've heard, they all dope.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't have named them if I didn't think
Right.
they were dope.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. All right, getting to number 5.
Yeah, number 5. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll take it first.
Got you.
All right, so my number 5 album, and I'm just going to say them because I don't really have like an intro for these shits. So number 5, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with Bandana. Now I actually I bought this album on vinyl recently, and I actually played it like in my record player recently, and it sounds way better than the digital version, which is crazy to me.
Okay.
I think this particular album was made to be played on vinyl.
I can see it
Yeah.
because of if you listen to this album, you know how the sample sounds. So
Yeah, and I man. So Freddie Gibbs himself, he's rapping his ass off on this album.
Yeah.
Now listening to it digitally, like through streams, I wasn't really rocking with the way some of the production sounded. So that's why it's so low on my list. But other than that, the goodness to length, which was a meter that I used to measure replay value, his delivery and his bars were all high on my list. It's just the production that kept it like kind of low on my top 5 list. Other than that, this is a great album. This is an amazing album.
Well, the fact is even on your list. That's why I didn't even like.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But no, that's what's up. Number 5 for me, Jim Jones, El Capo. We talked about this album I think earlier when it came out. This year.
Yeah.
Jim Jones actually had a resurgence, I would say, not necessarily back to the the days of balling when everybody was on listening to Jim Jones,
Right.
But I think he got back to making cohesive projects. I think he took a dip toward the 2014s, 2013s with the Vamp Lives and stuff like that. I listened to him; they just didn't hit for me. This hit. The production on this one hit. Heatmakers was in his bag. I mean, in their bag, making this production for Jimmy. Jimmy was rapping how Jimmy raps. So if you're familiar with Jim Jones rapping, he's not giving you,
he ain't barring you.
He ain't barring you to death, but
he's
you
entertaining.
Enjoy. Yes,
Yeah.
you enjoy that. So Jim Jones, El Capo, man, I fools with it. That's my number 5.
That's dope, man. All right, number 4, Gangstar, one of the best yet.
Okay.
Now, I was kind of skeptical on listening to this album. This is a posthumous,
posthumous,
whatever.
Posthumous.
Hey, listen, bro. I told y'all.
Posthumous.
Shut up. I told y'all I went out last night.
I'm glad.
But anyway,
I'm glad
you
that
look glad I
messed
fucked
up on
up. Look, fucking up. But anyway, I was skeptical on listening to this album because Guru has passed away a while ago.
Yeah.
So all of the lyrics on this album have been previously recorded by him, and DJ Premier, being the great producer, the genius that he is, was able to take those vocals, make new beats, put the vocals over the beats. Yeah. And this turned out so great. Yeah. This turned out amazing. The fact that these are older lyrics and they hit the way that they do in 2019 is amazing to me. Yeah. It's so amazing. Yeah. And couple that with DJ Premier's beats, like, this is great. And this album has great replay value. Okay. Great replay values. The features on here are amazing. Of course, right, Royce the 5'9" went completely off. And then there's a track with a young lady called Needy Scott. Neo is actually on the hook on that song called Get Together. Song is great. It's like a song for the ladies, if you will.
Gotcha.
But she floated on this shit.
Gotcha. And you know what's so crazy? Like I listened to the Gang Star album. I think I listened to the top half of it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say it didn't interest me. It was still good music. I think that you know how you get busy at work, and I didn't
Just
get back.
never
And
get back to it.
I literally never got back to it.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate your take on it now because I think I told you about it. I was
did.
like, hey,
No,
go
you
listen.
did.
Because
You
I was
did.
like, I was listening to it. I was like, dang, that's kind of fire. And I was
Yeah.
like, hey, Johnny, go listen to the Gang Star.
Yep.
And I messed around and didn't finish it.
See, look. No, but no, this is a great album. Like this shit is great. Like
That's
this
what's
shit is
up.
amazing.
Okay. My number 4, probably the youngest person on my list. One of the littles that we tend to not really give their shine, but
Facts.
I gave young dude a chance when I listened to the album, and it blew me away. So number 4 for me, YBN Cordae with The Lost Boy.
Yeah.
He is what 21, 22.
I believe, somewhere up in there.
The name threw me. Like YBN. So as soon as you hear YBN, YNM with Melly and NLE Chopper and all these other names, like these are real names. I didn't know, NLE Chopper. But okay, but it's just funny when you hear these names, you like, man.
Like, fam, I don't want to listen to nobody with
Those
those types of
initials in their name. Yeah,
They
but
got colorful hair, all that type of shit.
YBN Cordae doesn't fit that mold.
Agreed.
I think that this album is greatly produced. He has a great selection of beats. He does have features, but I don't think it's too many where it takes away from him as an artist and what he's trying to get across. I think this is a phenomenal debut. I mean, 21 years of age, you feel like this man lived a full life.
God.
But
he lived an adult's life like fucking 50, 60-year-old.
And the thing is, I think because the way he bounced around and he talked about in his Breakfast Club interview, I think that gave him a lot of insight. He didn't sound like he was from one place.
Yeah.
So maybe that helps with the way that I
think he was like a military kid.
Yeah, like he just bounced around.
Yeah.
So that helped with my digestion of the album. But the features, the production, wow.
Yeah, man. Listen, I agree. And in coming up with my top 5 albums, I started out with like 8, and he was part of their 8.
Yeah.
The one knock against that album for me, and it's only because he's so young. That's like the way he delivers some of his raps. Like it's just like it's not as polished, but I get it though because he is so young. He has so much time to perfect his craft. So. Other than that, this was a great album.
Yeah.
Like from somebody so young to be able to deliver that type of music is great.
Yeah.
And he had a dope single with Anderson .Paak too.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. Yeah. Shit, they did like late night gigs too.
They did the late night joint, and I think they did did a few the award show runs
too.
So.
Yeah. So shout out to YBN Cordae.
Shout out to YBN.
All right.
One of Pusha T's verses too. Real quick before we leave.
No, yeah. Listen, to be able to get Pusha T on your debut and you're so young, like
Pusha been killing it quietly this year too. But,
Facts.
That's another story.
Yes, whole other story. All right, man. Number 3, which is an album that you already previously discussed. Jim Jones, El Capo.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I'm surprised I like a Jim Jones album.
Yeah.
I can't even lie about it.
Yes.
And this it landed at number 3 because of the replay value. The production was great. He isn't the most lyrical motherfucker, but the way he delivers is entertaining, and it makes you want to rap along with him. This album is actually pretty long, but the fact that it's so long, it has so many joints that I will want to replay.
Yeah.
Like that's why I landed at number 3 for 2019.
Gotcha.
Shout out to Jim Jones, man. Yeah. I'm shocked that I have a Jim Jones album on my list.
You shock me every year. You have one album that I was like, whoa.
You're like, fam, yeah, shock my damn self. So yeah, that number 3, man, Jim Jones.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, number 3 for me is actually somebody just considered to be their last album. Johnny already knows where I'm going with it, but album is very long. Extremely long, an hour and a half. Like that is long by today's standards. Even 90 standards. That's a long album. That's considered a double album.
Right.
For some people.
Right.
But nonetheless, Jayceon Taylor, or AKA The Game, with Born to Rap. Born to Rap is quote unquote his last album, but it has the wildest album cover, which we discussed.
Listen, man.
The 10 pregnant women. While he's over in the corner rolling the blunt in the studio.
No, they were rolling blunts. He was writing.
Well, never mind.
See, that's even worse. What you doing?
Okay, now outside of his antics and the album cover, the music is good. very good to the point where I had to put it number 3, and I was very surprised that I liked the album that's that long. I think toward the end of the album, that's where it kind of gets tricky. There's like maybe 1 or 2 songs I ain't really rocking with. It's one that has a Chris Brown feature that I'm not really the biggest on, but I understand why he made it. And then the other song is a storytelling song called Rewind 2, which is a sequel to the Nas song Rewind, which I think he should have never touched. But, you know, outside of that, I think the album is very good. The production is stellar. The storytelling is stellar. Like, even though he has features, my God, the features are great. He has 3 songs talking about Nipsey. Well, he has 3 songs, 1 with Nipsey, and then 2 kind of talking about Nipsey. So, okay, whatever. But nonetheless, I think that this album is great. I think that Jason is one of the best rappers that we have. He just takes away from his star power. That's why I had to call him Jason Young. I can't call him Gang.
Can't call him Gang.
I can't call him Gang. I got to call him his government name.
But he play games.
That is true.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's very true.
Oh, maybe that's why he named himself that.
Here you go. No.
Conspiracy. I don't know.
But no, that's my number 3 album. It came out toward the latter end of the year, even close to kind of recording this, maybe a month out from recording this.
Yeah.
It's been out about a month.
Oh
and a
yeah,
half.
yeah. It has. Yeah. Not that
I know
long.
it hasn't been that long, but I mean, honestly,
No,
this music is like really, really good.
I'm not mad at it. I have gone and listened to some of it. I definitely haven't gotten through all of it.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard, it's nice. He got a joint with Dom Kennedy, Gold Daytona.
Gold Daytonas.
I like that.
Yes,
like,
Gold
that's hard.
Daytonas, like the songs with Ed Sheeran on the intro and outro, like
good music. Just
chill,
Just
fam.
right, yeah,
chill,
exactly.
chill, fam. Like, because when
Gotta relax.
I had these debates, like even outside of me and you, people would look at you crazy when I say The Game is probably one of my favorite rappers, but
yeah, it's the game.
Yeah, it's The Game.
All right, man. So getting to number 2, representing for the ladies, we have Rhapsody with Eve.
Yeah.
Now, coming down to my number 2 and my number 1 album picks, these boil down to how much I enjoy them and how much replay value they have for me personally.
Yep.
And Rhapsody landed at number 2 because this is a slightly longer album, and there are a few songs on there that I personally can do without.
Okay.
Other than that, the rest of this album is fire. Rhapsody is going to spit. She's going to give you bars. She's going to switch up her flow. Very minimum features, but the features she does have. What? Why you laughing?
He said very minimal features, and then you got. It was a shot at somebody. I don't know who it was, but it's just.
If you felt it, then I was talking to you. No, but she was able to get Queen Latifah for a rap feature.
Yes.
A rap feature in 2019.
That's
When was the
huge.
last time we heard Queen Latifah rap?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Ladies' Night.
Wait, I don't even think she was on that song.
Wasn't she on Ladies' Night? Damn.
Wait, let them lead them.
Go ahead.
I'll let
Finish your
him.
points
I'll
while I
help
look
them.
that
Yeah. But yeah, man. Listen, this is an amazing album. The intro, Nina.
Yep.
Fucking amazing. Going from that to Cleo, which she went off on the industry for fucking with her. Like, for people that didn't want to support her when she was first coming out, questioning why Ninth Wonder would even want to push her as a black woman MC, because apparently not a lot of people do that. She addressed that. Oprah, which is like probably my personal favorite on this album, featuring LaKaylee 47. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And of course, I rock with the song Serena. Now granted, she doesn't actually mention any of these people in the songs, but the songs are a representation of the person that the song is named after.
Yeah.
Which I think is dope.
Yeah.
Which are all black women.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is dope. That's dope. Like, that's dope as hell.
Yeah. To finish your point about Ladies' Night, no, she was not on there. So
Okay.
I was reaching.
That's cool.
But back to Rhapsody. Eve was a phenomenal album. Unfortunately, it wasn't in my top 5. Mainly because, like you said, when we did our list, I probably had eight albums.
Yeah.
That was definitely there, but I had to be real with myself. Like, would I be including this because of what I think other people would think about my list? Because they know that that's probably a top tier album this this year, and is that something that I was really going back to listen to? Now, the thing is, I know I listened to Eve in its entirety a few times, but I don't think that was something I was running back to listen to more than the albums that I have.
And I understand that. I get that. So I can't even be mad.
Yeah, so that but now if I was sitting there saying, man, Eve, that's your trash. Like, now you wild.
We got issues.
But no, number 2. Were you done? I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Number 2, for me, duo back for the first time in I think over 10 years. North Carolina duo met at the HBCU. Shout out to the SWAC, A&M. You know how we give it up. But Little Brother, May the Lord Watch.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed this album. The production, the skits. Fonte is rapping. Not singing. Rapping. And, Big Pooh was the best person, his rap partner, to kind of bring that out of him, kind of like an Outkast, situation, if you want to liken it to a larger scale. I enjoyed this album. Probably one of the most relatable rap groups that I can relate to as far as, like, everyday content. I think they're the everyday rapper. Most people don't kind of get that. They try to rap over your head or rap about something that you're not hip to. They rap about everyday topics, and the thing is for them to have taken the time off that they have and come back and make great music, I think that should not go without being noted. I really enjoyed this project. I really enjoy them rapping together. They're over the hill. They're 40-plus-year-old men rapping about those type of things. So if that's something that you can probably find yourself relating to in your adult age, go listen to that. Put that album on.
Agreed. So again, this was in my top 8, if you will. One thing I distinctly remember in this album, Big Pooh was rapping about, I don't remember which song, but he was rapping about how he needed money. And he was doing Uber, and he was hoping his passengers wouldn't recognize him because he was just wanted to make his money and get home. Yeah. I was like, fam, I've never done Uber, but I feel you, bro. I don't have kids, but I feel you. Get your money, man. Shit crazy.
Industry crazy, man.
Man, and not to mention the skits. The skits on this album are great. Yeah. When Life After Blackface, I love that skit. Wait, to be a white man again. Fam, I died listening to that.
But it's just that. I mean, the skits were amazing, and then it got right back into the songs and never take away from it. And then if you're a fan of old Little Brother albums, all that stuff makes sense. All that stuff makes sense.
How is it that this Little Brother album came out over 10 years after their previous one, and it still sounds like them? It's still fresh, but it's literally a continuation of what they did in the past. That's that's dope. That's so dope to me.
Yeah, surprise.
And without Ninth Wonder, that's the even crazier part. It's crazy. What? Why cheesy?
You know I don't like Ninth Wonder,
but still, but you like Little Brother and Lil. Wasn't he an actual member at one point?
The first 2 albums, yeah.
Yeah, so. Yeah. All right, whatever, man. All right, so number 1. That's a terrible drum roll. All right, so this number 1 album boiled all the way boiled down to the fact that I can replay this album and enjoy every song on here. Granted, the album is not that long. But I think it's just long enough for me not to want any more once I hear it. Okay. This is a person I never listened to before 2019. Never even knew about before 2019. Okay. Benny the Butcher.
Oh, yeah.
The plugs I met. Look, you forgot. You forgot. Hella confused. Right. Listen, man. I have always, well, not always, but within the past year or so, I've heard about the Griselda gang. Yeah. Never really paid attention to what I was hearing about them until this year. Then I saw this album came out. It was real short, so I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll play it on my way to work. And I haven't stopped listening to it since. Yeah. This is a great album. The first song on this album, it features Black Thought. Anybody that can rap with Black Thought and not get completely washed, I might have to rock with you. Okay. And it's fucking great. Yeah. Now, granted, there's only one song. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 songs on this album. One intro skit, 6 songs. Every song has a feature except one. But the features are well placed and they complement Benny on every song. He has a song with 38 Special and Jadakiss
Yeah.
called Sunday School, which is
Yes,
which is another one of my personal favorites from personal favorite songs of 2019. Of course, he has a Pusha T verse. That Coke rap. Listen, man. First time I listened to this, I wanted to go sell some shit.
Sell
like
something.
I don't know what I'm gonna sell, but I'm gonna sell it. Listen, I'm still playing this entire album right now. Like this.
I rock with you, like, cause I mean, it's hard to really talk about 2019 in rap and not talk about Griselda.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Whether it be Conway, Westside, or Benny. So
yeah, man.
They inked a partnership with, I think, with Rock Nation and somehow with Shady.
Shady,
I'm not sure
yeah.
if they're signed to Shady. And
I think they're signed to Shady,
and
but
Rock
they got,
Nation Management. Probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably
yeah.
something like that. But nonetheless, no, dope pick. Like definitely one of my top albums of the year. Not in my top 5, but definitely a dope pick. Like I can see why you went there.
Listen, I never in my life heard of Benny the Butcher until this year.
I think Pusha T just put your album over the top for us, clearly, because we have most of if you break down our top 5, there's a Pusha T feature somewhere.
True. Actually, let me look.
I think out of 3 of my 5, there's a Pusha T verse.
I think 2 of mine. So Freddie and Benny.
Yeah, but let me get to my number 1. If you're dumb, you're done. I'm sorry.
Oh damn!
No.
That's how we ended the decade, my guy.
No. We'll start the decade like that.
Look at that.
We won't end it like that. But my number 1 album, so album that you previously talked about. But let me get my intro soliloquy.
Go for it.
Someone that is finally getting their just due, and I think that is great that even in the down year, quote unquote, for hip hop, he's dropped a phenomenal album. And if you paid attention to his career, he's been very, very consistent.
Yeah.
He's a rapper's rapper, I would say. Like, your rappers probably like him, like his type of style. But nonetheless, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib with Bandana, a dope project, not long, 45 minutes, 46 minutes, somewhere in there, right? Mm-hmm. Has a lot of songs, but for 40 minutes, it's like, you probably get, you chop some stuff in there. Not a lot of features.
Right.
I can appreciate that. Like you alluded to, the song with Black Thought. He has a song with Black Thought and Killer Mike. He held his own on there.
Pusha T, Killer Mike.
Oh, Pusha T. I'm sorry, Pam Olive.
You good.
Then the song with
Black
Thought
and
Yasin Bey. Yeah. Most Def. Yeah, I said Yasin Bey.
I mean, that's his real. Technically, that's his name now, but he's Most Def to me.
No, he's always Most Def.
Yeah, fact. Most Def.
But yeah, Pam Olive was one of the dopest songs this year. Like one of the dopest samples.
Facts.
And one of the dopest verses, but not to take away from Freddie.
Yeah, man.
Freddie. Even Flat Tummy Tea. These songs are good. Like, these songs are really, really good. The production, I understand your points about it because it's so sample and soul heavy. It does. I can imagine it does sound better vinyl.
Yeah,
now
man.
I'll give you that. Now, but as far as the album, Freddie was rapping. He was rapping. And storylines make the album better to me because I just know he was an XXL freshman in 2010. This is not a debut from him, but it's like he's starting to kind of hit a stride now.
Yeah.
And then when you came out with Big Sean, Nipsey, J. Cole, Wiz, you in the class with those guys.
True.
No, those guys are superstars. And not to say he's not, but I think he has a very niche audience. So for him to come out with another project this year, and I think last year's project, Freddie, like we talked about last year, didn't get a lot of notoriety because the year was so top heavy.
Right. Yeah.
But
yeah, man.
if you fuck with hip hop, you gotta fuck with this.
This is
I'm
true.
sorry, and he's from Gary, Indiana. Not a lot of things come from Gary outside of the Jackson kids. So get.
And he reps it. Like, he don't rep like the metropolitan area.
He don't rep
Gary,
Chicago.
Indiana.
He say, I'm from Gary. Salute to that man.
Dope, man. He need a street name named after him now. Dope, man. Dope top 5. Dope top 5.
Likewise, man.
Yeah. So, listeners, let us know what you guys' top 5 hip hop albums of 2019 are. Well, what do you guys think about our top 5 albums? Yeah. Now we didn't really get into this, but 2019 was really great for R&B. R&B albums.
It was.
Sir put out a really great album. Snow Allegra, which is probably my personal favorite R&B album of 2019. What are some of yours?
Even if you want to throw out like maybe a Summer Walker, she had like a good. I don't know if it was a debut. I can't keep up with it anymore. But I mean, Summer Walker had a great project too. Like Sir is my number one.
Yeah.
Like I flat out, and that's no.
I can't hate. I can't hate on
and
that.
that's no knock against Snow or other projects. That's just the one that come to mind. I mean, even Ari Lennox with Shea Butter Baby, a great project with that too. But Sir, I think Sir, the fact that I know what Sir looks like that just all like, oh, he came from the block. He's singing.
You know, you hear somebody, and you never know what they look like. You hear them, and you have this image in your mind of what somebody looks like, and then you see them, and it's like the complete opposite. That's what it was for me.
Nothing like that.
I saw his Breakfast Club interview. I was like, you sure this him?
Yeah.
Like, fam.
I saw him. I didn't see him until the Soul Train Awards. I'm like, who is this guy? I just knew Sir was like completely different.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
but another R&B project.
Sir.
I don't know if you can really count it. I mean, it's a lot of knocks you can have against it. But the Tory Lanez Chick Tape joint.
Oh, Chick's Tape. I listened. I don't think I got through the whole thing. I got through some of it. It was okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you can consider it because it's not like
it's not an album.
You know how I was getting on the Kanye Sunday Service joint. It's not really original stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was like, how do you really classify it? Now it's an album.
Is it though? I think it's a mixtape.
He considers an album. The other Chick Tapes were mixtapes.
Well, I don't know that.
Exactly. So now that you gauge it with a different scope.
Is it good though? Do you think it's good?
To flip a whole bunch of songs, yes, but it's not original stuff.
Yeah.
But in essence, that's what mixtapes are.
Facts. Which is why I thought it was a mixtape. But mixed chicks,
I mean, no, you're right. I mean, you're completely right to feel that way because the other four were mixtapes.
Yeah.
He put this out for retail.
I guess because the Chicks Tape series is so like
successful.
I guess now with part 5, maybe he want to actually start making money on it.
And then the thing about it like this, you went all out. You make videos for this. You had Ashanti on the cover like that.
Yeah.
Somewhere you'd have spent some money, bro.
Facts.
Like
That's a fact. Maybe it's just to keep the Chicks Tape brand going. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. That's Tory Lanez's staple though, right? Like that's what he's known for real.
Yeah.
Because I saw him in concert, and he's not good. He's not that good.
I mean,
at all.
I can imagine he makes like studio music.
Yeah, facts.
He's only a studio guy.
Facts. So before we wrap up, what are just some of your favorite albums, period, of 2019? Doesn't have to be
like
particularly hip hop.
Anything. I found myself listening to a recent an Alan Stone project.
Oh yeah,
White Soul Guy. He's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. But I mean,
I've heard some of his earlier stuff. He's nice.
Yeah, he's nice. He dropped the project. It kind of came in the middle of old hip hop influx. So it's kind of like you called it. If you didn't. I mean, you always go back and listen to it. Yeah. But I mean, like I really enjoyed Port of Miami too. I don't think that was like high. Like it wouldn't even make top 10, but it was a good album. I mean, array of songs. I have my knots again if you're talking about albums. I like Nas with Lost Tapes. Like I like
Lost Tapes too.
Yeah, that was cool. And I'm not a big Nas guy at no. but I know.
But you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's what's up. For me, Tyler the Creator, Igor.
Yeah.
Listen. So I didn't include it in my top 5 because he maybe only spit one rap verse on the whole album.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's him like harmonizing and it's like a lot of instrumentals.
Yeah.
Or talking.
Yeah.
So
Drake shit.
So that's why I didn't include it in my top 5. But I really love this album. This might be my number 1 or 2 album of 2019 in general.
It's just the fact that you can't classify.
Yeah, I can't. Even though it is classified as rap, like he's not rapping on this album. So, shout out to Tyler. K Tronada, Bubba. I think that came out this month, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of like house music. K Tronada is a producer, so he has various artists featured on different songs.
Gotcha.
But this, like, if you want to dance, like if you want to catch a vibe, as the kids say, this is the album for you. This shit is great. Like from top to bottom, this album is amazing.
I'm glad you said that. Like I think one of the top albums, if you're just talking about like maybe a producer led album, is Mustard. Mustard with Perfect 10.
You think so?
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's better than Khaled's joint. Like,
Well, yeah,
eons
true,
better.
true.
And I think
But
he has a better
ain't
ear
really
of
saying
putting people together than Khaled does. Khaled does it for star power.
True.
He really made good songs over there.
Yeah. I might be biased because when I went to San Diego, I saw DJ Mustard like DJ live, and it was so bad. It was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. So anyway, and then Chris Brown, man, Indigo, this book of an album, like
The audio book.
man, this 2.5 hour album.
Yeah.
At least 2 of the hours are good music. Like that's insane to put out such a great volume of music
At one time.
and a great percentage of it, a bigger percentage of it is good. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's kind of going back to last year with his album too. Like, I mean, or
And
the
see,
year
I
before.
didn't even check that one. The only reason I checked this one out was I was stuck in traffic driving from out of town. so I had the time. It's crazy. This shit was good. It was good. Shout out to Chris Brown, man. Come holler at us. We want to talk about it. No? All right, never mind.
I mean, I don't know. No, I would love to sit down and talk to Christopher.
I love the fact you use these people's governments,
Christopher
man.
Maurice, man.
How do you know this stuff just like that? Like I don't know. Anyway, yeah, man, it's been a good year for Oversaturated.
It's been a great year for Oversaturated, and we look for big things to come in 2020. Personally, professionally, all that great stuff.
All that good stuff, man.
But also, if you enjoy this content, make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Share with a friend. Don't be a hater. Be a blessing.
Facts. Listen, subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yes.
Um.
Thumbs up on all the videos.
Yeah, thumbs up. We're trying to get our subscribers up. We're looking to bring you more or additional content in 2020 other than, us doing the actual podcast. We want to start doing other things too, man.
Yeah.
We trying to be more visible. We got to be out here. We got to be outside as a unit. As a unit. As a unit.
Yeah, we'll be outside more.
Yeah, man. We gonna stick to that. So yeah, it's been a great year, man.
Yeah.
It's been a great year. I'm looking forward to 2020. We out here.
Yes.
We out here, bro. Any last words for the listeners for the decade, for the year?
I don't know. Live life. Be safe throughout the holidays. Enjoy your family.
Yeah.
All that great stuff. I'm not too big on words on that.
Nah, yeah, I got you.
Just hopefully we see you guys in 2020. That's all. Clear vision.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's something we not doing in 2020. No 2020 vision bars. Like, get creative.
Hey, man.
Barbara Walters. This is
My
2020.
eyes.
Do some shit like that.
I can't. I envy people with 2020 vision, so that's why I always make the jokes.
It's okay.
I got.
You can see now, can't you? With your glasses.
I mean, I got astigmatism. I don't know, man. It's just trash.
That's fine. All right, now we're just rambling.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
with that being said, this is episode 67. We appreciate all the love and support for 2019. We'll see y'all at the top of the year.
Peace.
And we out. Peace. Come on, man. I know.